So the golden question that everybody wants to know the answer to: how much should you charge as a web designer? That's really a question that nobody has a perfect answer to, but only yourself. And there is no fixed answer to this, but I will come up with some numbers, so stay tuned. I struggled a long time with this too. What should I charge? Is it too much? Is it too little? And often clients think that they can be done with $500 and think that the website is not that much work. But why is that? Well, I think that they don't understand what goes into making a website, basically. And some other web designers would do it for smaller amounts, like $500, for example. So there will always be other designers that do it for less money, but maybe they're just starting their business, or they won't reach the quality that you offer. And that the fact that these designers do it for less money, that doesn't mean that you have to give in and also lower your price. That's really the other way around, I think, and it doesn't make any sense. I think what the client should know is the real pricing of the quality of a quality website. So a solution to this is explaining why it takes so many hours. So you see your list. I put this list on my website, and I made this so the client can understand the amount of work better, and also the time and effort I put into every project. And when you showed your prices, the client can think two things. First one is, wow, he knows what he's doing and will make a great website with great quality. And the second one, okay, this is not for me. I just want a simple and cheap website. And both outcomes are fine because, if you want to filter out the potential clients who think they can be done with a small amount of money. I think at the beginning of your career, of your freelance career, if you're still studying maybe and you have to start somewhere, I think between $25 and $35 as an hour rate is okay. And as years go by, after some time, when you develop yourself more and more and you've done some more projects, you can build it up to an hour rate between $35 and $45. So what about when you're an experienced designer? I believe that you're not getting paid only for your hours that you make, but also for the profession that you do. In my case, I studied for 8 years. I had more than 3 years experience of internships, and I put many hours into tutorials and learning stuff myself in my free time. So I did all this work to become where I am today. And all this effort you have to take into account when questioning yourself what you're worth as a web designer. And for me, that's in the Netherlands and in this time, I think when you have more than 14 years of experience, you can charge between $60 and $80 per hour. And for maybe this is too much for some clients, and that's okay. And maybe if you have no clients at all, you can go down with your price a bit. But don't be afraid of to charge what you think is reasonable. And a disclaimer, of course, this is different per country, per region that you're in. But what you can do is be sure how good you are. And how do you know what you're worth? So you can ask for clients for feedback, for example, or ask other designers or friends for feedback. What do you think is good about you, your skills, your design, your technique, your website functionalities, your communication, etc. Do you get a lot of feedback or only compliments? And what makes you good as a designer? Do you make unique websites, or do you use mostly standard templates without big changes? So if the second is the case, then maybe consider a smaller amount. But if you really put all the effort into it, know the Adobe programs very well, and you really care about the design of your clients, you're worth the extra 5 or 10 hours, $10 per hour, So you can build it up a bit. So it's important to know what your specialties are and your skills. And why should a client choose you and not someone else with a lower rate? Can you sell yourself to get chosen, even if another candidate has a lower hour rate? So if yes, congratulations, then you have the skills, you know what you're worth. And trust me, the client will see this. They will want to get quality. So if you can offer that and you can show them this, they will choose you. I have a couple of examples where I charge more than other candidates for the same project. But the clients still choose me because of my communication, my skills, and the effort I put into it. Okay, so you figured out your hour rates. Now onto the project. But how do you figure out what a project should cost? Making a website is more than designing and building. So to specify your pricing, I think it's best to divide it into small parts. I use this list you see here, and I divided all the tasks into 16 parts. So for example, does the client want a login feature, a function? This functionality takes me about 6 hours more. Or does the client want illustration? If so, I will count more hours for this task. And if you can divide this task into different sections, it's easier for yourself to make a planning. But also this way, the client will understand how much work it is, and he or she will understand the price better. Communicating your price. Should you put your prices on your website? This is also an interesting subject. The opinions differ on the subject. Some designers think that talking prices is best to do individually with the clients and not to give away anything before even talking about the project. And because every project is different, and that's true, of course. But other designers think that it's good to show your prices on the website before talking to the client. I also think this helps. I believe if you don't show your prices, some potential clients won't take the trouble to ask and wait for a response. And you can lose some potential clients this way. So people also want fast answers these days. So giving indication really helps. But most importantly for me, it's a good way to filter out the clients that has no real budget and that think they can be done with $500, for example. So here you see 3 packages that I offer on my websites. You have basic, premium, and custom made, like tailor-made. And so the clients can see right away in what area they can think of in terms of money. So what's important to mention if you offer these packages is that I communicate the prices are from prices, and beneath the packages it says the rates are price indications. So as every project is different, the final price will vary. So the client knows the price is not fixed, and there will be unique pricing plans for them for each project. But is this price fixed? Does this mean the client pays exactly this price, even if you spend less or more time than planned? Well, for me, yes. I like to work with fixed prices. You and the client know exactly what to expect. There are no surprises around the corner. And after all, you made a good estimate of your hours if you done it correctly. So what about if you work less hours than estimated? Well, you get free money, basically. Now, that's nice. The clients agreed to the price, so no worries. And did you work more hours than planned? You can check where you went over the planning. Is it your fault by planning too little time? That's a shame, but you know it for next time. So what's also important is to communicate. What's also important to communicate before starting, I think, is how and when the payment must be made. For me, I like to split it into 2 parts: one in the middle of project and one after delivering the project. And in my invoice, it clearly states how the payment must be made. In my case, it's simply by bank transfer, and I give the client 14 days to complete. And remember that some clients forget, so remember to check this after 2 weeks or so.